Before we dive into this video and sharing my experience of taking my final dose of antipsychotic medication, I do just want to address the title of this video. I was not the comfiest using that term, but I chose it because I think that most people have some idea of what that term means or looks like. And I would venture to guess it's maybe not the most flattering, or it's not someone who is thriving or healthy. And so I'm hoping that in this video I can maybe give a different idea of what that could mean. Okay.
I think people don't know enough that fashion is a big hobby/interest of yours.
I like expressing myself in that way. Now you're learning more about me. We probably go to Costco at least once a week, and here are some Keto Costco staples that we pick up basically every time. Always get a couple bag of macadamia nuts. Probably you're hitting these too hard and we need to watch how much we're eating because they are kind of, I think there's more carbs than it says in there. Eggs. Some of this stuff is for the kids. Let's see if I can get this out.
Good job.
Okay. We always get like a couple bags of avocados. This is actually kind of for the kids, but we can sort of eat this too. Cheeses. We've just been starting to get more into ribeye steaks. Picked up a Costco-sized bunch of those. Don't really need to be eating vegetables, but really enjoy these roasted in like butter or oil or whatever. Good. Asparagus. This is mostly for the kids, but we can indulge in a few berries here and there. This is a staple for us, just organic lean ground beef. Would prefer if it wasn't lean, but it's okay. Still not bad. We make a lot of different dishes with this. Got some blue cheese to go on burgers. And then we've been picking these up lately. They're probably not good and we shouldn't be doing this.
There's palm oil in them.
There's palm oil in them, which you should be staying away from. They're just so good.
There's like 6 grams of fat and 1 carb.
7 grams of fat, 1 gram net carb, 3 grams protein.
It's a process thing that we probably need to work on.
We need to cut stuff like this out. These are our last indulgence to kick. Yeah. Not keto, but
Sure, keto.
nice. I guess it's keto. There's no carbs. It's keto. I'm going quick. I owed them. You're watching the last videos, you know that. I see people on the boats. Yeah. You get you wet? I've been sharing my story of using metabolic therapies, and particularly medical ketogenic therapy, to treat and manage my schizoaffective disorder on this channel over the last 9 months. And what ended up being kind of a surprising element, but also a big element, has been my journey with deprescribing off of the antipsychotics that I was on for over a decade of my life. And that has felt like a long journey, but it's kind of coming to a bit of a head today, whereby today is what I'm planning will be my last dose of antipsychotic, potentially ever. So maybe just a quick recap. Very early on, about maybe 3 weeks into using medical keto, I started to experience really intense side effects of my medication, which was something called potentiation. And so I ended up going down on my medication way earlier than I ever anticipated, and just kind of kept gradually reducing throughout the course of the last 9 months, definitely under the supervision of my care team, especially my psychiatrist, overseeing and kind of trying to give me guidance. This feels like kind of a complicated topic to discuss, the idea of reducing and now today going off of my psychiatric medication, because it's been a really long journey of kind of struggling with it and struggling with understanding that it's been immensely helpful at various points throughout my illness in terms of helping to mitigate symptoms and helping me to function at a level where I could actually engage in life and not be wildly symptomatic, but at the same time also understanding that they have very negatively impacted me through side effects, through impacts on my overall health and well-being. And I think it's a really difficult topic for people to kind of wrap their heads around who have to take these psychiatric medications. And there's still a lot of people who say to me, just stay on your medications, that's easiest thing to do. But I hope that I've shared enough over the years on this channel that it's not that cut and dry. Being on antipsychotics and various other types of psychiatric medication has been really, really hard. And it's impacted me a lot. I'm 33 years old now, and the very first time I was prescribed psychiatric medication was an antidepressant when I think I was about 18 years old. And I actually didn't take it because I think I had a lot of internalized stigma about what it meant to be on psychiatric medication. But then I actually did start taking the psychiatric medication that was prescribed to me when I was, I think, maybe 22 or 23. And I've been on some type of psychiatric medication, whether it was antidepressants, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, anti-anxiety medications, sometimes huge cocktails of all these different kinds, ever since then. And so that is at least a decade of my life that I've been dealing with the complicated feelings and the complicated experience of being on these medications. So today, again, is my planned last dose ever, maybe, of my antipsychotic medication. And I imagine I'm going to be having some feelings today about all that. And yeah, I'm planning to kind of hopefully bring you along with me on that process and share what this experience is like. Withdrawal has been something that I've kind of dealt with most of the tapers or reductions in medications that I've done so far in this process. And so it is something I'm worried about this time too. So I've just kind of been doing everything I can to set myself up for success in that regard in terms of hopefully alleviating some of the intensity of the withdrawal symptoms. So I'm trying to get a lot of exercise in because that really, really helps me. Just got back from a run and yeah, just been trying to do that as regularly as possible. I've been making sure to take all of my supplements that I'm supposed to be taking because that, again, just helps my body and brain work at their best. I keep my supplements in this because I take it 3 times a day, so there's perfect little free slots. It has never looked like this, where at the end of the week, they're all empty. I'm quite proud of this. Nicole, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I know that these are important. Take your supplements. And I've been really trying to get on top of sleep. I've shared that that's something that I've struggled with a lot before, but yeah, just really trying to stay on top of getting to bed at a decent time, waking up at roughly the same time every morning and doing everything I can to improve the quality of the sleep I'm getting too, because I know that ultimately really helps my brain and body function too. She went to see her friends. Who will help me plant these grains of wheat, she asked.
Did you just snort?
The ceremonial last dose. I usually take my medication and then read before turning off my lights and going to sleep, but I didn't want to. I read first. It's weird. There's like a big part of me that doesn't want to let go.
Maybe there's like a finality to it.
Yeah,
You're not ready yet.
It's not like I like taking psychiatric meds, or I'm not excited at the prospect of maybe not needing them anymore. But yeah, it does kind of feel like a pretty final closing of a pretty prolonged chapter of my life.
There's not a lot of things I think in life that are so just, this is it, you know?
And maybe that's part of this, is that over the last 9 months we've been doing this, and it's been kind of an evolution of feeling better, feeling less symptoms, but it never was really like just kind of hopping off a cliff into a new world. But this really feels like hopping off a cliff, and it's feeling more like I am declaring, or I'm sure that I am leaving that part of my life behind. I don't know if any of this is making sense. I'm just gonna take it. Last pill. I don't know if that's some focus there. Woo! We'll probably have more feelings to share tomorrow. Good night. Actually, no, not good night. I need a bit more time to process that. I'm gonna read a bit more. I feel like I can't really in good conscience go back to making content the way we did for the first 5 years of this channel that was really focused on how to try to live well while living with an illness like schizophrenia. The video announcing the change in our channel name from Living Well with Schizophrenia to Living Well After Schizophrenia was premiered, I guess, about an hour ago now. And yeah, I think just been sitting here changing graphics and social media handles and stuff to the new name, and just, I think I'm quite overwhelmed with how big this feels. You know, I think I've known for quite a while now, using metabolic therapies, that it has completely changed my experience of my illness and my life. But I think making this kind of really public declaration makes it a little bit more real, or I guess conclusive in a way, that I don't struggle with symptoms of schizoaffective disorder anymore. And I think that, coupled with taking my last dose of antipsychotic last night, it's all feeling pretty big. But I'm excited and immensely grateful. This is a place that I'm finding myself in right now.
Okay, yeah, he's steering me.
Are you steering, Mom?
All right. Bubba! There you go. Kind of like a diamond, maybe?
I want to like a big rock, like this is cool, but like that.
What about this one? The colors on this one's got white color.
He says he really likes hiking. Eddie, do you like hiking? You went so far. I'm so proud of you.
I want a bigger one. Don't peel your eyes.
Wish we had some
Oh wow, beautiful braids.
Don't lean over that way, Teddy.
She's been emotional today.
I haven't said a word and I'm crying. There's a lot of layers today. I'm not taking my antipsychotic medication tonight. As okayed by a psychiatrist, and it's all a part of the plan, and it's okay. But that's been big to wrap my head around, and I think it's got me quite reflective on the last decade of struggling with my illness. We were on our way home from going on a hike with our family today, and it was wonderful, and I was able to enjoy that and feel good in my life. And on the way home, I got a message from someone who's really, really important to me throughout a period of my life where I was struggling the most deeply, saying, "Congratulations, Lauren," after seeing the announcement this morning about changing the channel and just letting everyone know that I don't deal with symptoms anymore. And that made me cry. Just in terms of being a reminder of how deeply it's affected not only me, but the people that I care about around me as well. And so processing all of that, feeling grateful that like you've gone through this with me. Like it has not been easy on you either, as the closest person to me in this phase of my life. And we were just talking about how our relationship feels or has felt over the last 9 months more equal and good. So yeah, just thinking about all that, but also kind of dealing with how this fits into a broader conversation in terms of the response that we've gotten today from announcing our channel's name change. And I do just want to highlight the incredible support that we've received around that, and people coming forward sharing their own experience of healing and recovery, often through metabolic therapies. Thank you for that. That is why I'm continuing to share this, because I want as many people as possible to know about it as an option for improving quality of life. But I think also struggling quite a bit with people being upset with me. And I said in the video I didn't want anyone to feel left behind, but of course there are people who are feeling such or have said that I'm harming the mental health community or the schizophrenia community. And I won't get too much into addressing this. These are conversations that I really want to have more in depth on this channel, because I think they're important conversations to have. But an emotional day.
There's a lot to take in.
Yeah. You know, I think I said earlier, or maybe it was last night, I don't know, about how changes in your life don't often happen in an instant. Sometimes they do, I don't know, but most changes like this, especially with your experience of an illness or whatever, I'm going to speak from my personal experience. My experience over the last 9 months has been kind of a gradual shift into this new space that I find myself in. But today, you know, announcing the new channel name, and also not taking my antipsychotic medication anymore has all come together to just be this really big kind of defining milestone, I guess, in terms of being a time to, I guess, stop and just reflect on what has transpired over the last 9 months and how incredibly it has altered my life for the better. I have a whole routine: take my meds, put on chapstick, go to sleep. I'm going to have really chapped lips, I think. I'm going to forget to put on chapstick now that I don't have to take meds. But day 1, off psychiatric meds. And I think maybe, again, important to clarify that it is okay if you still need to take medication. This is just what has felt right for me in this journey of using metabolic therapies. And I just feel personally like I don't really need them anymore. I've made that decision in conjunction with my care team, and I don't know, I feel like it's worth a shot to try to live life without them if I feel I can manage my symptoms a different way. So that is what I'm doing, and yeah.
First off, how incredible are Lauren's pajamas?
Oh, these little things.
They're pretty good, right?
I'm in my PJs, going to bed. I was like just completely out of habit, gonna open my drawer to take my meds. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to just get into my bed without taking the meds. I talked about how emotional I was today, and it was emotional. But I think it's important to convey that I think I am okay with wading through this reflective emotion because I am really happy. I'm really happy with how I'm able to show up in my life and the things I'm able to do and experience now. And I'm really happy and I'm really grateful.
I'm really grateful too.
What are we doing?
We're having a little front yard picnic.
I'm doing a picnic.
Hi, Theodore.
What are you eating?
I'm eating some eggs, avocado, and Parmesan cheese. What are you eating?
Hummus and pretzels and water.
Oh,
And
grapes.
And grapes. What are you having?
I'm having the same thing as Mom.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, it used to be orange, and now I like green. I kind of like them both, orange and green.
What's your favorite color?
Well, we were just talking about this, and that door, we painted my favorite color. Theodore, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color, orange and green and yellow.
Orange and green and yellow.
Yeah.
A couple minutes ago, you said it was dark pink. Do you just kind of like all the colors?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe your favorite color is rainbow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, were we looking cute? And do it again?
So it was my first official day having not taken any psychiatric medication. Did you have a good day today?
Uh-huh.
I had a really good day today too. Yeah. Rob and I went to the gym this morning and that went well. Get out of here. And then I spent the rest of the day working on finishing up a documentary actually on this experience, which I'm really excited to give you guys more information about or share with you hopefully pretty soon. But I guess it was great that I was able to sit down and work on that in a way that I just never really could before in terms of capacity to
stay focused and motivated on work and have the cognitive capacity to do it. And yeah, I think I'm just continuing to be kind of amazed at the capacity that I have now to take on my life. Work-wise, taking care of myself-wise, taking care of my family-wise, and yeah, just ability to show up and enjoy my life. And so far, no withdrawal symptoms, which I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully there aren't any or they're not too bad, but we'll let you know how it goes. Say bye. What's he saying? Hello. You helped me, hey? We did it together? I love you.
I love you.
Nice outfit. More of these boots. That's what you want, right?
It is Tuesday, and I took my final dose of my antipsychotic on Saturday night, and so far, all is well. I don't really feel much different. I'm not experiencing really any symptoms of withdrawal, so that's great. I think maybe what's been the more challenging component of the last few days has come from reaction or response to the changing of our channel name and the announcement, I guess, of kind of committing to moving forward, sharing this intervention that has changed my life with as many people as possible. I just had therapy, so that's always a lovely time to reflect and gain some insight on stuff that I'm struggling with like that. And something that she brought to my attention, which helped to build empathy, I guess, for some of the more negative response that we're getting, or feelings of fear, or people saying that it's dangerous of me to make claims like this or to share this and stuff like that. I guess just difficult feelings. I think she encouraged me to understand the importance, or maybe the power, that validating people's struggles can create when that space of safe validation of challenge or struggle is taken away in some regard. That can feel like a tremendous loss. Over the last 9 months, I've kind of moved myself and subsequently this channel, which was a safe space for so long and a validating space, into one that is maybe demanding more, or requesting, I guess, more of a sense of agency or ownership over improving our own circumstances or improving my own circumstances. And so I just want to take a minute to, I guess, validate that or empathize with that and apologize, I guess, for not taking more care of acknowledging that sense of loss. I want this to continue to be a space where people's challenges or struggles with illnesses like schizophrenia are validated, because I know very much firsthand how difficult and consuming that can be and life impacting that can be. I hope everyone can kind of hear that I do still see that, and that is still a really valid experience. And I definitely want to talk more about all of this with you guys, our audience, over the coming weeks, months, years. Probably this is going to be a long conversation, but I will try to commit to coming at this conversation honoring that potential loss that people are feeling, and still trying to cultivate a space that feels validating for everyone. I think I'm getting deeper into these conversations than I meant to in this video. I definitely will be furthering this conversation more in depth over the coming days, weeks, months. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chat briefly about this because it kind of all has been wrapped up in my experience that I've been going through as well over the last several days of completely going off of my psychiatric medication. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video why I chose the title Unmedicated Schizophrenic. I think, again, because people have an idea of what that means, which is often very stigmatized and also very informed by maybe some of the misunderstandings we have about mental illness or what's possible in terms of mental health care. And so I hope that this video, in conjunction with all the other videos we're putting out, help to kind of show that it doesn't need to be like that. And I hope it's instilling hope for a way to move forward that can hopefully drastically improve many people's quality of life. I kind of talked about that in therapy too, where it can be difficult to lean into that feeling of hope if it feels almost like you're stuck in that sense of loss from losing maybe a space that felt validating of struggle. And so I want to be more aware of that going forward, but I hope that eventually most of us, if not all of us, can move into that sector of having hope. So I already mentioned that I'm really not experiencing any symptoms of withdrawal, which is maybe a little bit surprising because all the experts kind of shared information with me about how the final amounts of antipsychotic or psychiatric medications are often the most difficult to get off of in terms of experiencing pretty intense withdrawal side effects. Sometimes it's taken a while before I started to experience the withdrawal effects. Maybe it will come. I'll share with you if it does. But I also kind of wonder if being on medical ketogenic therapy, the diet, is also kind of a protective factor in terms of not experiencing withdrawal as intensely as I may have if I was just tapering off without being on keto. I'm really excited for what this could mean for other people struggling with mental illness.
It kind of feels like there's this finality. You took your last dose, but really it's kind of just the beginning.
And maybe that's kind of a bit of what I've been going through too over the last few days is, okay, I can't stop being so involved in my own experience. It's changed my life. And now it's time to help other people find this and make it more accessible for other people. That's something that came up a lot too, is that I was very privileged in my experience of doing this and fully agree with that. And so, yeah, we're going to try over the next year, however long it takes, to share ways that it can be more accessible to other people, regardless of life circumstance. Look at the color.
He's opening his mouth, but he's breathing fire.
This dinosaur's gonna breathe fire?
Yeah. He's gonna open his mouth, but he's breathing fire. He breaks a piece. He breaks a piece.
I went with his work.
You're quite the artist.
Oh,
The two of you.
This is a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
These are your flowers. This is your dad butterflies, and this is mine. And we made it together.
Yeah, it's a kind of a dinosaur dragon hybrid.
That guy is a T-Rex.
Hello.
Hello.